What if Sonic kept Caliburn after the events of Sonic and the Black Knight? I've gotten this request a few times, so let's address it. In this alternate timeline, following the events of Sonic and the Black Knight, Caliburn, the magical talking sword, decides to stay with his chosen King Arthur, Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, saying all that out loud really reminds me how much of a fever dream this franchise is, and I, for one, wouldn't have it any other way. I imagine Sonic's closest friends would be quite surprised to see a talking weapon, but hey, it's not the weirdest thing they've ever come across. And as a side note, Caliburn could defend Sonic when Amy thinks that he just forgot about their date, or the sword could choose to say nothing and have a good laugh as Sonic learns why he should never stand up a lady. Now, introductions aside, let's get to what you all want to see. How would Caliburn's inclusion affect later games in the series? Well, I think the ethics of Caliburn and Sonic would begin to clash as each game goes on. After all, Sonic is a free spirit, living by his own rules and not caring what others say is right and wrong, as long as he believes he's doing the right thing. Caliburn, on the other hand, would have a far more black and white medieval sense of right and wrong. This would be best characterized when it comes to how they would deal with Eggman. Sonic may not like the villain very much, but he wants to give him the freedom to choose a better path. And if Ivo doesn't change, Sonic will just wreck his machines once again. Caliburn, on the other hand, believes that the Doctor doesn't deserve that chance, that he should be struck down for the crimes he has committed against his world. Despite his own beliefs, I feel that Caliburn would tolerate Sonic's moral stance for a while, but after enough time, Caliburn would become fed up and deem Sonic unworthy of wielding this weapon. The weapon's mass would increase suddenly. As Sonic could no longer lift it, the blade would plunge into the ground. Caliburn states that he will remain where he is until a worthy warrior who is willing to do what it takes to defeat evil can claim him. Sonic, of course, would be upset by this, but he would respect his friend's choice. This could lead to someone potentially unworthy wielding the blade. After all, Caliburn isn't infallible. If he can be convinced someone is worthy of his power, he will grant it to them, whether they are or they aren't. In fact, I think it would be fascinating to see Caliburn briefly be used by none other than Shadow the Hedgehog. The pair would likely agree on several points, especially when it comes to how to deal with the wicked and vile villains of the world. For a while, Caliburn believes he has found someone that is truly worthy of his blade. Though he would quickly learn, just because certain foes deserve to be slain doesn't always mean they should. Shadow and Caliburn break into one of Eggman's many facilities when they are ambushed by a team of assassins. Shadow and Caliburn know what to do as they slash down all of Squad Jackal, but one, their leader. They would have struck him down too, but time was of the essence, and Shadow and Caliburn both agreed that this weak, pathetic warrior wasn't worth their time. Caliburn would be filled with much regret when he found out the destruction of that squad and the insulting of their leader would create a powerful villain, Infinite. This would set forth a domino effect, leading to the Eggman War in Sonic Forces. Caliburn would learn the true responsibility that comes with taking a life, when the disregard for the lives of his enemies led to the defeat of Sonic and the rule of Eggman. Of course, when Sonic returned 6 months later, Caliburn would be overjoyed to see his old friend, and they would finally bury the hatchet. They may not see fully eye to eye on how to handle villains, but Caliburn now knows that there is a time and place where perhaps showing mercy and giving another chance to your foe may be the right choice. But what do you guys think would happen? And since the story was mostly focused on the meta era, what do you think would happen in games like Sonic Frontiers? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm Comic Fan 13, and I hope you have a good day.